special too, and he has something to say to you. So listen close as Santa Claus shares holiday cheer with you. You can leave a special message for Santa Claus and get on the nice list at www.santaclaussays.net. Now here is the big man himself, Santa Claus!
Ho, 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 and a Merry Christmas to all the children of the world. I'm Santa Claus, and Santa Claus says to be good for goodness sakes. And my word for the day is Santa Claus says warm holiday wishes to all of you. Santa Claus Says is here for you every day during the Christmas season of 2025 to bring you three things. One of them is Christmas cheer. We like to tell some jokes and have some fun with Sprinkles, our elf. We also bring you a wonderful Christmas adventure story. Our adventure story today is about Santa Claus, who is a substitute teacher. You're going to love that story. And then we also read letters to Santa. We're here on YouTube live stream every night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We're also on Facebook and on the podcast at Apple Podcast and Spotify, and all on our website at Santa Claus Says. Everything you could find for me is at santaclaussays.net. We also want you to know that you can always reach out to me, Santa Claus, and give me a voicemail or an email or a text message, and I will get those and return those messages. At our website, santaclaussays.net, is also where you can get our special coloring book, Santa Claus Says Coloring Book. We really want you to give you that. That's a free gift, a free downloadable gift that we have for you. We have two special episodes of Santa Claus Says that you're going to want to pay attention to. That is on Christmas Eve. That's when we read the special story, The Night Before Christmas, and all through the house. You know the story, and we will read that story then. Then on Christmas Day, December 25th, on a very special episode of Santa Claus Says, we will read the first Christmas story. It's called the Nativity Story, and it is from the Holy Bible. So we hope that you'll join us for all of those messages that we have. Our word for today is warm wishes. And so we ask warm wishes for you and to yours, and we ask that you share that word warm wishes with others. And at the end of our show today, we will revisit the word warm wishes as we have our Santa Claus Christmas Cheer Christmas tree calendar, which we'll continue to decorate with ornaments which represent the word of the day. Lots of fun we have here at Santa Claus Says. Well, there is the Glockenspiel, boys and girls, which means it's time for Santa Claus's Jokes of the Day. Here's our jokes. What do you call the snowman in the summertime? A puddle. One more. Why did Rudolph get a bad report card? Because he went down in history. Get it? His marks went down in history. Oh, we have so much fun here. There's the Glockenspiel, boys and girls. And now it's time for our special segment that we have called Christmas from Around the World. So today we're talking about Christmas in Finland. And Finland is often thought to be the home of Santa Claus. And the home sometimes is called Joulupukka. And children write letters to him and hope for a visit. On Christmas Eve, families warm up in a sauna. Then they gather to eat things like ham and casseroles and gingerbread. It is very snowy, so children play outside and watch for the northern lights in the sky. Candles twinkle in windows, and the holiday feels magical and bright. Wonderful. Every day during the Christmas season, we give you a message from Christmas around the world because we have children and adults from around the world who listen to Santa Claus Says. Well, boys and girls, that's the Glockenspiel. It's time for our special feature, Santa's special lesson of the day, our adventure story. And our adventure story is called Santa's Story of Kindness. And we're up to chapter 9 here, and it's called Tuesday's Transformations. I want to remind you that if you missed out on our earlier chapters of the book, you can go back to our earlier episodes of Santa Claus Says. You can pick those up there. And don't forget to stay tuned every day between now and Christmas, as we will complete this story just before Christmas Eve. Well, here's our story for today. It's called Tuesday's Transformations. Tuesday morning brought fresh snow and new energy. Mr. Winters arrived early, carrying a large box filled with art supplies. He arranged 23 blank puzzle pieces on a table, each one of them about the size of a piece of paper. As students arrived, they noticed the puzzle pieces immediately. "What are those for?" Jason asked. "You'll find out soon enough," Mr. Winters said with a mysterious smile. Once everyone was seated, Mr. Winters began. "Yesterday, we talked about community and what it means to be visible. Today, we're going to explore something called perspective, seeing things from a different point of view." He held up a simple object, a coffee mug. "What is this?" "A cup," the children answered. "True, but if I'm holding it this way, I can see the handle on the right. But from where Sophia sits, where does the handle appear to be?" Sophia looked carefully. "On the left." "Exactly. Same mug, different perspective. Now let's think about this with people and situations." He wrote a scenario on the board. At recess, Marcus tells a joke about Tyler's haircut. Everyone laughs. How does each person feel? Mr. Winters divided the class into 3 groups. One group would write from Marcus's perspective, one from Tyler's, and one from the other students watching. The children worked for about 15 minutes, discussing and writing. When they shared, the results were illuminating. Marcus's group wrote, "I was just going to be funny. I didn't mean to hurt anyone's feelings." Tyler's group wrote, "I felt embarrassed and angry. Everyone was laughing at me, not with me. Even if Marcus didn't mean it to be mean, it hurt." And the observers group wrote, "We laughed because everyone else was laughing. We didn't think about how Tyler felt. Maybe we should have said something." The classroom grew very quiet as Mr. Winters read the comments from each group. Several children looked uncomfortable, perhaps remembering times they'd been in similar situations. "This is the power of perspective," Mr. Winters said softly. "What seems funny almost from one person can feel harmful to another. The key to being a good community member is trying to understand how others might feel." He noticed Marcus looking down at the desk, and Tyler sat with his arms crossed but seemed less defensive after hearing what Marcus did, that Marcus didn't intend cruelty. "Here's something important," Mr. Winters continued. "Making mistakes doesn't make you a bad person. We all do things without thinking sometimes. What matters is that we learn, apologize when needed, and try to do better the next time." Marcus slowly raised his hand. "Mr. Winters, can I say something?" "Of course." Marcus turned to Tyler. "I'm sorry for the times I made jokes about you. I really was just trying to be funny. But I get it now that it wasn't cool." Tyler looked surprised, but nodded. "Thanks. That actually helps." Several other students began volunteering their own apologies. Emma watched quietly, and Mr. Winters saw hope in her expression, a belief that things could actually change. What a wonderful story, boys and girls. And that story reminds us that we can learn this story about kindness by going back and listening to the other episodes which have the previous chapters of the book. And stay tuned for tomorrow's chapter. It is a really exciting chapter of this book. Well, the Glockenspiel means it's time to get on to Santa's letters that are sent to Santa. And I remind you that you can send me a voicemail or an email or a text message, all at santaclaussays.net. But our letter today comes from Mia. It says, "My name is Mia. Dear Santa, my name is Mia, and I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Can I please have a tea set for my teddy bears? I'm like having pretend tea parties with them." It was nice. I was nice to my baby sister and shared my toys. Thank you, Santa. Love, Mia. Well, Mia, I think it's wonderful that you've been good to your baby sister, and we'll see. Santa loves to give surprises, and I think that Santa's going to be very good to you when I see you Christmas Eve. Don't forget, Santa loves cookies and hot cocoa. Remember also, you can send your voicemail or text to me at santaclaussays.net or even your email. And our show is on YouTube, live stream, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Well, here's a reminder, boys and girls, that our word for the day is warm wishes. And we have our calendar, which is right here. And so we get closer and closer to Christmas Day. Now today, we are 20 days from Christmas. So we put a star ornament right there on the number 20 on our Christmas tree calendar as we get ready and get closer and closer to Christmas. We want you to join us. That's also the place at santaclaussays.net. It's where you can get our coloring book, and we hope that you'll do just that. It's free if you go to santaclaussays.net. Well, the glockenspiel, boys and girls, means it's just about time for us to say goodbye for today's episode. Santa Claus is very busy. I've got a lot to do. I'm here in my office, right off my workshop. Sprinkles and all the other elves are getting ready for Christmas, which will be here before you know it, and we look forward to seeing you. Santa Claus loves you and listens to you, and we'll see you next time here on Santa Claus Says. Remember, our word for the day is warm wishes, so wish somebody else a Merry Christmas time. We'll see you next time, boys and girls, here on Santa Claus Says. Here, and remember, until then, Santa Claus says to be good for goodness sakes. Ho, 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 ho.
You're special to Santa Claus, just like Sprinkles. Get on Santa's nice list at santaclaussays.net and watch Santa Claus Says live on YouTube. Tell him Sprinkles sent you.